Hello folks, welcome to Patterns, Symbols, and Gnosis. This is Jason as always, and I want to recap a concept I went over about 3 weeks ago in a video called Language is Magical. That got fewer views than many of my other recent videos, so here's a little 90-second clip of that.
Trick now is to get back to the moon.
Consider our collective mythologies, from the biggest, the Bible, to the more modern and trendy, sci-fi, fantasy, and magical fairy tales. At the core of the creative act is language. Yahweh uses it to create the universe in Genesis. Leaders and politicians use it in speeches and slogans to inspire belief and action. Corporations use it to sell desires, insecurities, and fears, as well as the products and services that ameliorate those conditions. Comedians use language to make us laugh and think differently. Gandalf uses language to cast spells and save Middle-earth. Demons use something similar to enslave their victims, psychologically and spiritually. Language can even come in the form of icons and symbols which attach themselves to and co-deliver ideas, sometimes unconsciously, which we unpack in our minds and convert to articulated meaning in our own translations. This language is what we use to concretize our thoughts and feelings before they become actions. Language is magical then, is it not? I've begun suggesting for some time that there is a science of language largely unknown to us that is being used on us, and it's changing society, as society is the aggregate of the individuals who are, each one of us, being changed and changing.
But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
So keeping in mind the precognition embedded in language, particularly popular political slogans, let's go over to Twitter here. And as you can see, SNAP food benefits are trending. Plenty of tweets, lots of polarizing nonsense being posted. As of this morning, when it was announced by the Biden administration that the largest increase in SNAP food benefits in the history of the program will take effect. Here's a story from less than an hour ago on NPR, which seems to sync up with the precognition embedded in the Build Back Better program. So is this part of Building Back Better? We're going to put more people on food stamps or give people on food stamps more money? Maybe a good thing for some, but I've suggested the affirmative action / welfare programs also are a part of a stay in your lane kind of programming, especially for people of color. It's just enough to stay at the bottom and not die. Also, more Americans than ever are on food stamps, and as the middle class is imploding, this kind of programming will keep that from becoming as obvious. So Build Back Better is an anagram for a number of predictive precognition embedded slogans. Now, I talked about this back in June in a video, Woke is a Joke We've Heard Before. Here's a clip.
In order to meet the challenge of today, we can't just build back the way things were before. We have to build back better. We'll make the biggest investment in manufacturing and innovation since World War II, bringing back critical supply chains and ensuring the future is made in America by American workers. Today, federal investment in research and development is at an all-time low. That's why I'm proposing historic research and development investment to sharpen America's competitive edge in new industries. Experts say that this $300 billion investment could help create 3 million good-paying jobs in communities all across America.
So this was a 27-minute video I posted on June 10th, 2021, and I was taking a look at precognition and predictive programming embedded in the seemingly senseless slogan from Joe Biden, Build Back Better, which is an anagram for I rebut black debt. There's a number of other anagrams people found offensive, so I've cut them out of this snippet here so I don't get in more trouble. Build EBT bracket also suggests a bit of a game, along with dribble at bucket, yet another anagram. Dribbling at the bucket, that's March Madness. You're going to get your brackets for your truckable EBT bid, so stock up on canned goods. That's a message embedded in the precognition aspect of Build Back Better. That slogan doesn't really make a lot of sense, but the anagram, babied butt clerk. You're babied by a butt clerk. Someone's wiping your ass for you. They're going to buy your groceries, go smoke some legal marijuana, and solve the world's foreign policy problems through Twitter beef. So the world is seeing, a war on the middle class, and there's a band-aid placed over the effects of that war. The wound on the middle class is covered up with a band-aid of social aid. The band-aid's getting bigger to cover a bigger wound. And now when people go to the supermarket and use the self-checkout lane, nobody has to know that they're on food stamps. That's an increasingly large number of Americans, black and white and Hispanic, all going on food stamps because of the implosion of the middle class, which is by design. And that is precognition embedded in a slogan from Joe Biden. And I talked about it months ago, and now it's coming to fruition, and that's why it got censored.